Welcome. All right, guys. Today we have a very interesting topic, one that I'm really, really excited about, to be honest. So, we are going to be talking about what a lingam massage is. Now, a lingam, technically in Sanskrit, means penis. So, it really is a penis massage, but it's not like your normal penis massage. It is done with complete love, respect, um, honoring of the man. It is a beautiful one-way exchange. It can really help women to become very comfortable with handling their partner's penis, because not all women feel really comfortable, and then sometimes they can go into their head. So it can be a really beautiful healing modality, not only just for women to get really comfortable with handling their partner's penis. It teaches you not tricks, advanced techniques, different maneuvers, how to massage. It will guide you into your body. It helps you channel your own chi energy, because a lingam massage will awaken a man's chi energy. So you are working with their energy centers within the body. This is where you feel the most profoundest level of intimacy I feel that any couple can experience. So I hope I touched on that. The lingam massage, it is a beautiful one-way exchange. It can empower a man into his sexuality. So let's just touch a little bit onto this and how it empowers a man into their sexuality. Is the reality is most men don't know that they can orgasm for 45 minutes. I'm going to share a little clip about my partner sharing after this, but most men don't know. And if you tell them, they might just laugh you in the face. When I used to tell men that, do you know you can experience an orgasm and you can orgasm without ejaculating? I would just get laughed at, literally laughed at in my face. And it really just makes me wonder how little education there is out there, that this is so foreign that no one honestly believes they can be in that level of pleasure or an orgasmic way that can just go on and on and on. So when it comes to empowering a man, what I really love about this is that when you learn a lingam massage as a woman, to be able to give this to your partner, it's a beautiful honoring ritual for a partner to be able to receive without having to give anything in return. So, and this can be not what we're used to in relationships. We're used to a mutual exchange, or sometimes the pleasure will only go one way and the other person won't be quite happy. So, it's just a beautiful one-way exchange to not be able to have to think, to really just drop in. And when a woman, I always say, when a woman doesn't feel like they've got a lot of energy to give and their male partner is wanting sex, you can always honor your body by actually saying no and offering what you have the capacity to give. So this is where offering a lingam massage, if you have the energy to give, but maybe as a woman, you are not open for penetrative sex. So quite often when our partner is in the mood, we go to the assumption that they always want penetrative sex. And if they're not in the mood, you can either offer like something that you can give, like a massage, full body massage. You could offer a blowjob. You could offer the lingam massage. I really love this practice because as a woman, it generates you. It gives you so much fucking energy. You can go from literally physically fatigued, lethargic, completely touched out if you are a mama, to all of a sudden becoming completely present with your partner because you have activated their life force chi energy within their body. And what that feels like is like a heat sensation. It can all of a sudden run up and down your body. You could feel tingles, you could feel buzzing, you could feel warmth. This can come in fast waves, this can come in very slow waves. I was about to say something, but I literally just forgot my words. A lingam massage is not about ejaculating. This is how it empowers a man into his sexuality. because it's not, you don't go in there to give the massage to get them off, to quickly give them a fast hand job to make them ejaculate. You are going in there with loving touch. The massage, quite often I hear from men, they're very shocked that they're flaccid, and there can be a little bit of nerves around that. A limb massage is not about making you hard or erect. So you might start off the massage completely flaccid, and this is completely normal. You might all of a sudden notice there is sexual arousal, and then all of a sudden you may gain an erection. Then all of a sudden that erection might disappear and you might become flaccid again. So this is all part of the journey of a Lingam massage. It's just a really beautiful massage. You can utilize learning Lingam massage to build up sexual energy. So it is there to guide you how to learn to build more pleasure within your body. So if you are maybe like you can't last 2 minutes or you can't last 10 minutes, a Lingam massage is here to guide you how to tolerate more pleasure and to be in high states of arousal for longer periods of time. And a Lingam massage can literally go on for 45 minutes to an hour. And during this timing process, you can start to experience high states of arousal and orgasmic waves, complete orgasmic waves. You can have energy orgasms. It can help a man to overcome any insecurities around self-body image, any insecurities around negative beliefs that have been inherited to us from our parents, from the previous generations. So it will eliminate negative stigma around our sexual self and our sexual identity. For many men, they are learning for the very first time what the fucking energy orgasm is. So a Lingam massage is a healing modality that can teach men how to have energy orgasms. Yeah. And as a woman learning this, you will literally become their sexual goddess, because most men have never experienced this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to quickly play a little snippet from me interviewing my partner. We did not talk about this prior, so I was a little bit nervous throwing him on the spot and dumping some little questions. But let's hear what he had to say when I first gave him a Lingam massage, probably about 3 years ago. We entered our relationship, well, not a relationship. We entered as friends with benefits during the COVID period. It just somehow linked up. He didn't want a relationship and I didn't want a relationship at that time because I just came out of one. But during COVID, you still wanted a connection. So we became friends with benefits, and I'm obviously now still with him. I have a toddler with him, and I have become his sexual goddess. And let's hear what he has to say.
I spoke to you about doing a Lingam massage. We spoke about kind of potentially doing it, and when we were together, you threw me on the spot, and you were like, "Why don't we do it right now?" To which we ended up going into a Lingam massage.
Yep.
So I would love to hear, what was that experience like for you, being your first Lingam massage, knowing...
Not knowing anything.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about it.
Mm.
Well, I didn't even know you could have... No, you sold it to me as like, have you ever had an energy orgasm? Not a Lingam massage. I didn't know what a Lingam was. So when you said... Well, energy orgasm sounds exciting.
Yeah.
Sounds like... But then when you told me you can actually have an orgasm without ejaculating, I didn't even know you could do that as a male.
Yeah.
I thought females could. I didn't know males could. Yeah, and then when you got into it...
Did you think that you were going to be able to reach that in the first exploration?
No, that's because you guided me into it. If you weren't there, obviously you'd just go with that first feeling and it wouldn't stop. But
how many energy orgasms did you get to experience without ejaculating in the first time?
Well, it depends how you count them. Like, is it your body moving? Or is it just the little tingle sensation you got? Or is it the...
So back then you told me 4.
Yeah.
There was about 4 that I remember off by head. Yes, there is obviously everything is like, you kind of look at it as this orgasmic wave, but then you know, there, I remember very specifically, there was this one time when you were looking at me, you're like, looking down, and you're like, what the hell, why am I still hard? And it was quite, you know, exciting and funny, because obviously when you don't ejaculate, you get to hold on to that sexual arousal.
Yeah.
So you don't fall into that refractory period. You never thought that you would be able to, and most
never have, never done it.
Which is normal,
So,
like most
yeah,
men don't.
No guys, you wouldn't. Not many people would have experienced that.
If someone else other than me, being your partner, told you that you can have orgasms that last for an hour, have multiple orgasms without ejaculating, would you believe them? If it wasn't me?
No, you wouldn't believe it. No, you wouldn't.
Yeah. So you've
got to be guided into it, because otherwise you'd be like, how's that possible? Because you're not taught that. Not many guys would know that.
Yeah, the education's definitely not out there.
But it is, because it's like an orgasm over 45 minutes.
How would you say, because that was a one-way exchange, how would you say that's integrated into your sex life when it comes to being able to have control over your sexual arousal?
How does it influence my sex life?
So how has that leaked into your sex life?
Oh, well, you can use pretty much the same technique. You can think about that during sex, then you can do the same principles. You can almost do the same thing.
Have you found that that allows you to last a lot longer versus previous experiences?
Definitely. Because of the breath work and just being made aware of it. And I've noticed, you might have noticed too, like I stay hard afterwards.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, I don't know if that's anything to do with it.
Would that be, say, because energy orgasms is really about ejaculation choice. So it's really having control over your arousal. You get to choose when you want to have an orgasm, when you want to ejaculate.
The orgasm was a totally different experience to an ejaculation.
Okay.
Totally different.
Beautiful.
So I think the energy orgasm was better, because you don't get that down, you don't get that instant, well, I don't know if it's the same for women, but for men, when you ejaculate straight after, you get this real low. You get this massive high, and then you get this low straight away. But with the energy orgasm, you don't get that.
Yes, you want to go to sleep, whereas an energy orgasm allows you to, there's more energy running through your body.
Yeah, well, you don't get that crash.
Yeah.
Because it's different.
Right. So that's what he had to say. So a man who, this is a really amazing book. I can't pronounce the name, but it's from the Orgasmic Man. And in there's a man who speaks about a man who has no control over his sexual arousal is a man who is sexually starved. And you can really look at this a little bit similar to a woman who has no control, or a woman who has only experienced clitoral orgasms is a woman who is sexually starved. You may not know what is out there for you, but there is so much pleasure that you can experience. And in this book, he really spoke about how this man, how he had no control over his arousal. So he would try not to always act upon his desires. His desire to want to go to the strip club, his desire to want to go hire an escort, a sex worker. Whenever he goes to the bar and he sees a woman who sparks something within him, having to act on it and having to meet that sexual need and having to have sex and have that orgasm to have that need met. And each time he would feel flat. He would feel fatigued. He would almost get angry at himself and feel a little bit yucky that he had to do it and that his desires had total control over his body. So it wasn't until he learned Lingam massage and how to have full body orgasms and how to experience energetic sex that all of a sudden that he noticed how sexually starved he really was and how little the experiences that he was having compared to the experiences and how fulfilled he feels in his relationships now, being able to have complete control over his sexual arousal. So learning how to control our sexual arousal, where we get to choose, a Lingam massage isn't about ejaculation. It guides us how to hold on to our seed and how to have that energy orgasms. This influences your sex life massively. You will go from replenishing average boring sex, that is quick, that is rushed. You know, maybe your kids are in bed. I hear this a lot, that it's just really quick, it's just rushed. We're just doing it because we're in a relationship and we're supposed to be doing it. Someone's calling me. So this will replenish that because it teaches you how to slow down, how to use the breath. And there's all these principles that really go into it. It's this beautiful preparation. So let me just quickly check my notes. I know we're going up to close to 20 minutes again. So if you guys have got any questions, let me check the comments right now. Got to put that on. If you guys have got any comments in regards to this, please drop them in the chat below. I will be uploading this straight after. You can watch the replay if you are only just jumping on right now. You can, if you're wanting to know how you can learn this, there are platforms out there that teach it. However, I do find in my most professional experience, you really do want someone guiding you through this process who can also see those blockages, because it's not just about the technique. There can be blockages that come up in both your partner and yourself. And how this shows up is that overwhelm, the anxiety of if you're doing it right, going into performance a little bit, and having been guided by someone who is like a therapist. It can really help support you through this. So if you follow any platforms, you can reach out to them. I do offer this as a service. I do teach this. This can be done in person, or this can be done over Zoom, and you have the choice to have your camera on. You have the choice to have your camera off and to mute as well. And you can just follow my guidance. If you do have any more questions in regards to what that does look like, as I have a lot of women asking, what does this look like? Feel free to DM me privately, and I'll give you a little voice note in regards to my boundaries and how this will look in session for you and your partner. And I hope that has answered everyone's questions. So I'm going to jump off the tick. Yes, spoke about that. And the last one, I don't really have to answer, can men really have multiple orgasms? The answer is yes, because you've just heard it straight then from my partner. And if you were to Google it, you'll also find out that it is very achievable and very accessible. Literally just being aware of this practice and guided can change the way you have sex. So that's all for me today, guys. Mwah! Bye. Love you. Have a lovely weekend. It keeps cutting out. Don't worry. I'm going to be uploading this now, and hopefully the internet on your end will be able to support this broadcast. Okay? Bye. It will just take time for me to upload.